That radio chick Cheryl Lee here. Welcome to the Still Rocking It podcast, where we'll have music, news reviews and interviews with some of our favourite Australian musicians and artists. We are joined in the Zoom room today by a literal national treasure. This gentleman has released over 50 albums, 10 videos, 5 DVDs, 2 lyric books, has sold more than 5 million albums in Australia, has 28 Golden Guitar trophies at the Country Music Awards, 3 ARIA Music Awards. He's very modest. He performed at the opening ceremony of the Sydney 2000 Summer Olympics. He was inducted into the ARIA Hall of Fame in 2010. We're chatting to none other than Mr. True Blue, John Williamson. To catch up on podcasts from other favourite artists, simply go to thatradiochick.com.au. You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick, and I'd like to welcome to the show today a legend in his own lunchtime, John Robert Williamson. Thanks for joining us today, John.
Well, same here, Cheryl Lee. First time for us.
That's right. We've got some exciting things to talk about, a new song, tour, dating, youth muster, all sorts of things. But if we can step back before we step forward, that would be great. I usually ask, where you got your inspiration and if you're from a musical family, if it's in your DNA. But it's pretty obvious that you got your inspiration from the area that you grew up in and from Mum and Dad, who were great lovers of a Gilbert and Sullivan production.
Oh, you got it all there. No, the music that I used to hear on LPs was often musicals and probably from America, but they had beautiful voices, my mum and dad. They were known in the district, so Dad played the banjo in the local band, which was all just voluntary farmers, really. So whenever our family got together, extended family, there would always be someone playing the piano or playing the banjo or something, so... But the inspiration for the latest album is 2 things. As you were saying that, I'm thinking, what is it? Well, firstly, it is the area that I have up in Queensland. I have an old dairy block, which I have my big shed and do shows there every year, just in June. And the other inspiration is my date of birth, I think. I'm starting to think about, like one song that says, can't do what I used to do.
You grew up in Quambatook in the Mallee district, which is a little over 2 hours from where my husband, he's from, a farming family, a little place called Groke.
We were recently through all that Mallee country with the New South Wales Variety Bash. I do that when I can with my wife Meg and with a Holden Ute.
Awesome.
So we've been through all that. I had no idea how extended the wheat country was down there, actually. Quambatook was in the best of the Mallee, of course.
Yeah.
And being on the edge of it. I thank somebody for the fact I was brought up in a great little town and had the privilege of being a farmer's son as well. So I had best of both, really.
Yeah. You're the oldest of 5 sons.
That's right.
What about the other brothers, John? Are they musical as well?
Yeah, well, we're all musical. But I'm the only one that sort of took it on. We lost one with cancer, and that's what my song Salisbury Street's all about. And I have one brother still on the land because we moved from the Mallee up to between Moree and Gundawini in North New South Wales.
What would you have done, John, if this music thing hadn't have worked out for you? Did you ever have a plan B? Was the plan B the farm or...?
Well, that was plan A. The music was plan B. Yeah, I was a farmer for 7 years.
Yeah.
Up there. We moved up there when I was 19, up to Cropper Creek to be exact. And beautiful land up there. It was richer than the Mallee, so we had great fun moving into the new area. And I got a lot of songs out of that as well, of course. That's when I discovered how diverse the bush is in Australia, and I've been discovering it ever since, of course, touring around the country, and how diverse the people are that are really influenced by where they come from,
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
Let's have that beautiful song, Salisbury Street, that John wrote for his younger brother. Beautiful song, and then we'll be back to speak some more to John Williamson.
And we'll cruise one more time down the river while our hearts overflow with joy.
I guess the thing that kicked it all off for you, would you agree, was that in 1969 when you wrote Old Man Emu and won the New Faces Talent Quest?
Oh, that was it. That's what got me off the tractor, really. It took me 16 years, really, before I had a hit album. That was Mallee Boy. All that time I was learning to be an entertainer, which I think is the most important thing for longevity, is to be able to put on a good show and make people laugh and cry and be proud of being Australian.
Exactly right. Speaking of Mallee Boy, it peaked in the top 10 on the Kent Music Report albums chart, but it remained in the top 50 for a year and a half. That is longevity.
It was number one on the main charts when it first came out. It probably is the album with the most popular songs of mine, yeah.
Yeah,
I do a lot of them in the show still, including True Blue.
And the triple platinum as well, congratulations. That True Blue song, it really has been ingrained into the Australian psyche, hasn't it? Australian Made campaign used it for their ads.
Yeah.
The national cricket team.
I think the Australian made it a hit, really, because they put so many good pictures of great Aussies and sheepdogs and all that.
Yeah.
I couldn't have paid for all that.
Free advertising.
They made all these fill clues for me.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. Good thinking. What is it? Advertising 101. Well done.
Yeah, I was sort of commissioned by John Singleton to write True Blue. He had the Labor Party's or Bob Hawke's account for advertising, so he married the two together.
Just wanted to congratulate you. I've got 4 pages of APRA awards, ARIA awards, CMAA awards. We haven't got long enough to go through my awards. Tamworth.
The most important is the sale of CDs and the streaming for me, because it means the general public are approving of my songs. The other it's the peers that vote rather than the public, whereas the album is just the public walking into the shop and buying it, or streaming it or whatever. Yeah.
Spending their hard-earned on it.
Yeah, as I said, that's the most gratifying thing. And people crying in the front row on the shows.
So just wanted to congratulate you on your 1992 Member of the Order of Australia Award. Well deserved.
Oh, that's going back, yeah.
That's right.
It's my 80th year this year. I'll be 80 in November, so I never thought I'd be still here, but I'm still recording, still writing stuff. But every venue I'm doing from now on is the last time I'm going to be there. I really am slowing down. But every venue I'm doing from now on is the last time I'm going to be there. I really am slowing down.
Still Rocking It podcast with that radio chick Cheryl Lee.
Let's listen, shall we, to the song that started it all from 1969 and won the New Faces TV Talent Quest, Old Man Emu. And then we're going to come back and see if John Williamson actually uses the R word.
Let me tell you of an interview with an old man emu. He's got a beak and feathers and things, with the poor old fella ain't got no wings.
I want to pull out while I do a good job. The Daddy Ute Muster, I'm really looking forward to that. That's when I get an audience of virtually all bushies, and I know, I'll start with the Mallee Boy and they go off, so I enjoy that.
Yeah. Hence the name of the tour, 55 Years My Travellin Days Are Done, and we'll talk about that in a minute. For the big 8-0, John, in November, is there a big party planned? You going to have a celebration?
Yeah, well, my wife Meg is 70, so we've added it together on having a 150th birthday.
Oh, well done. One last question before we move on to the tour and the Daddy Ute Muster.
I've already plugged that now.
Yeah, that's right. We've got some things we have to say. We've been told by the boss.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Your daughters, Amy and Georgie, have they followed you into the musical realm?
Oh, Amy has. You can look her up. She does folk festivals and cruises. She got a beautiful voice. In fact, if you want to play a song, there's a duet on the latest album with Amy. You hear a beautiful voice on that. Waiting for the Sun, I think it's called, yeah.
I'm just writing that down. I will do that, actually. Thank you. As we mentioned, brand new song, Born with a Ukulele in My Hand.
Oh, you got that, did you? Okay. That's not even on an album. We go to Fiji every year after our shed show. It's a bit of a break, especially for Meg. She does a lot of hard work to organise the fans and all that stuff. And, everybody on this island of Tokariki plays ukulele, so I warmed to them because that's what I started on in Quambatook when I was a little kid. And so I wrote a song about, I was born with a ukulele in my hand. And they've already performed it on the island, but I'm going to send them the recording to show them how I think it should be performed.
So that's the new single. You've got a tour starting next month, actually, and you're going everywhere, man, all the way through to February of next year.
Not that solid though. It's fairly spaced out.
It's pretty pacey,
not working
isn't
that
it?
hard.
Get onto the Googleometer and track down when John is going to be in your town with his Travellin Days Are Done tour. As you say, the Denny Ute Muster, it's an institution now. As you say, it's your target audience, right?
Yeah, this is the fourth one in a row. They normally only ask every second one or third one, but I guess because I'm a bushie, it sort of fits the Ute Muster pretty well.
It sure does. You know, there's 20,000 attendees per year. Lots of people come
making me nervous, Darcy.
Really popular, obviously, and very well attended. I think people, once they go, I think they keep going back, just like you, John.
Yeah, that's right. That's something like that. Yeah. I'm not taking my ute this time, but I have a couple of times. I took an old, a 1951 Holden ute one year, and I took my bass ute there one year, but I'm flying there this time, or flying and hiring this time. I'll fly to Albury and then hire a vehicle and get there, yeah. Looking forward to the Denny Ute Muster.
They still hold the Guinness Book of Records for the greatest number of legally paraded utes, so yours would have been one of them?
I didn't put it in the parade. I just had it backstage. They probably cheated and counted my ute to get the record.
Yeah, probably. You know, there's so much that goes on at the Denny Ute Muster, apart from the fabulous entertainment, including John. There's camel rides and silent discos and animal farms and pig racing and air shows, whip cracking. It's a real event, isn't it?
It is. It's a genuine country festival.
So do you think you'll do it again?
I am saying it's Travellin Days Are Done. If I just do one, I get to, it's hard to keep the fingers and the voice and everything going if you're not working reasonably solidly. You get quite nervous worrying about it, something that's a month away and nothing else on in between. It's my last one. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I can't do a Farnham and keep coming back.
No, you're not going to do a John Farnham and keep coming back. Honestly, people do need to either get out to Denny, and I think, it's nearly sold out, so you better get onto it fast if you'd like to, but also catch John at one of the dates on his tours, because it could very well be the last time we can catch you.
I'm doing the Queensland coast for the last time this year too.
Yeah. A little bit in January and a little bit in February. Oh, Tamworth in January.
Yeah, I'll do the last one in Tamworth at the Trek. So catch that one. That's a Friday, I think.
Oh, yeah. That will be awesome. I might even see you down the front there, John.
Rightio. See if I can make you cry.
Doesn't take much to make me cry, John. I cry at a telecom ad. Oh,
far behind you.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
Here's the song I think John's talking about when he says the front row are crying, and you don't get any more Aussie than this. True Blue. And then we're back to say goodbye to John Williamson.
Hey, True Blue, don't say you've gone.
Just wanted to thank you personally for really being the soundtrack of our lives and, representing the country life, which, is the backbone of Australia, the farmers, guys in the bush.
The women are the backbone. I'll put that in a song. I wrote a song called The Basher.
Yeah.
I'm a basher, and I mentioned the women are the backbone of the bush. I had a great country mum, and she kept us all together. Kept the old man together.
Behind every good man is a good woman, right?
That's it.
Thank you for all of the music over all of the years, and wish you all the best with the upcoming tour and the single, dare I say the R word, John, retirement. Is it? Are you calling it retirement?
No, I'm not going to call it. Oh, look, I've said my Travellin Days Are Done. That doesn't say my singing days are done.
That's true.
I might keep the shed show going for a while on the place up there in the mountains. Of the Gold Coast. Might keep that going because I don't have to go anywhere.
Well, that's right. It will come to you.
Do a Dolly Parton.
Yeah. So maybe semi-retirement might be more accurate.
Oh, I don't just Travellin Days Are Done. That leaves it a bit open, really.
Yeah.
The tour before was the winding back. See, that doesn't say I'm going to stop either. I think I'll always have a little venue somewhere just to keep, because it is a lot of fun playing music, and I'll probably keep writing as well as long as I can come up with a good idea.
Yeah.
When I'm in the mountains, we also have a puppet in Sydney, but when I'm in the mountains, I'm only half an hour away from Lindsay Warrington's studio, and there's a lot of good musos around the Gold Coast, so I'll probably record some more songs yet, like I did with the ukulele.
Yeah.
I recorded it on a Wednesday and it was on radio on a Monday.
Well done. Yeah, you're from the country. No mucking around. Straight into it.
Yeah.
Good on you. And you heard it first here. There's plenty more music where that lot came from. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with us this morning. We really appreciate having a chat, and we wish you all the best for whatever the future holds, John, and we hope to see you down the front at a gig sometime very soon.
Well, all the best to you too, Cheryl Lee.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, and you.
All righty,
Bye-bye.
bye for now.
Still Rocking It podcast with that radio chick Cheryl Lee.
Now, at the request of John, we're going to play a song from his album, How Many Songs? A beautiful duet, Waiting for the Sun, with his daughter, Amy Williamson.
Can't wait for the sun to shine again. Where do the clouds find so much rain? With COVID-19 and the war in Ukraine, can't wait for the sun to shine.
You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick. Thank you so much for joining me on the Still Rocking It podcast. Hope to catch you again next time. Get out when you can, support Aussie music, and I'll see you down the front.